What is going on, everybody? Dupre
Hello.
Sasha here. We are back with the Pound and Slash Marvel Media
Boom.
Podcast.
I'm Pounds. This is Slash.
I'm Slash.
Yeah. And I'm Spidey.
We are Team PNS.
PNS.
Heinous. Nah, so super excited to bring you this week's episode. We're obviously going to start with some news.
Yep.
And then we're going to talk about Hawkeye. As the cigarette didn't get fully put out. And then...
And then you go talk about some
gonna
other things
bring the
about
house down.
Hawkeye, because what the hell?
we're going to give predictions, things like that. We're going to tier Hawkeye, as we do with every show and movie
Yeah, because
that
that
we
was
do.
the last episode of the season.
And since it's the last episode of the season and nothing new is jumping off, look what we got.
We're going to pull Fan 4 stick, bro. Look at say he's like,
Don't
yo.
do that.
He's like, pow, Fan 4 stick. Like, yes, let's
All
go.
right. So, with that being said, Ralph, Mr. Pound himself, give us the news.
All right, I got you. Well, as you and I already know, but if you're Spider at home will not know, they are making a Spider-Man 4 confirmed by Kevin Feige. They're basically taking off literally as the story unveils at the end of No Way Home. So basically, which I like that. I like movies like that where they show no time skip. I mean, I like time skip jump movies too, to an extent if you know how to do it right. But this was taking like moments, like as soon as he dons the blue and red colors you can see on the Spider-Man here.
The classic blue and red
The
outfit.
classic blue and red outfit from, like, was it this 1963?
I'm not sure.
Not sure, but it was like the 1960s when we first read the
60s.
Amazing Fantasy. So, yeah, how you feel about that? Like, it's basically
I'm
taking...
excited. Well, and we talked about this last week during our No Way Home
Right.
episode. It's a chance for a completely fresh start.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. I don't want them to pick up literally right where they left off. I would at least like for a couple of months or something to have passed. Because here's the thing. If this movie doesn't come out for 3 years...
Oh, my God. It's going to be a Christmas...
Well, no. I don't want it to come out in 3 years and then all of a sudden take place in the past.
Right.
So I'm hoping they at least progress it to even up with the times that we're in.
Right.
As opposed to just sitting there and... Yeah, you guys get what I'm saying.
You failed me with the fucking post-credit scene. Oh, where am I going? Fail. Anyway, back to the next
I would
news.
refrain from loud, sharp yes. You probably just hurt everyone's eardrums. You're a lot closer to the mic than you usually are.
And he gonna type it in, be like, warning, headphone users. Oh, right, there it is. All right. The next bit of news we also got is indicating, they also knew that Secret Invasion is also indicating that it might be 5 years into the future? Not like future, but 5 years after No Way Home. Basically,
Did they say No Way Home or did they say 5 years after Endgame?
Well, yeah, 5 years. Sorry, 5 years after Endgame. Yeah. So basically,
Because this movie was 2 years after Endgame, so this
2
would be
years.
3 years after Spider-Man.
Yeah, 3 years after Spider-Man. Because they're basically talking about like, well,
I don't think Secret Wars is set to come out until 2023, anyways.
right, but they're basically were saying like how Nick Fury off planet, so the producers were saying that it's going to be a little bit of a jump, but not too far of a jump. So
Right.
it's one of those things there too. So, but I'm excited for Secret Wars and all that.
Me too.
The next thing we also have, and it's like I said, it's really not. I'm telling you, it's not a lot of news. Like, because basically they're still hyping on the fact that Spider-Man and Doctor Strange just came out with their trailer. Which Doctor Strange trailer came out. Now, I mean, officially came out, not just on. You can watch it in theaters. You can actually watch it on
Right.
IGN, YouTube, because if you go to theaters, you can see it out there. So
I would say so it was considered. They used the Doctor Strange trailer as one of the quote unquote post credit scenes.
right,
For which I didn't like that they did that. I feel like that's a little cheap.
because we're gonna see it regardless, because it's MCU. It's not like it's not Fox, not Sony. We're gonna see it anyway. So.
But no, I've already seen it. It was good. It didn't, and again, like I said when we were talking about it last week, it doesn't make me any more excited for it.
Right.
It doesn't make me any less excited for it. You change none of my excitement. I'm already excited for it. I don't need trailers at this point.
Right. Because we knew this was going to be better than the first one and all that, but, okay. Like,
Right.
yay. And the last really bit of news where we get to news. If you having, do you having? No.
I have no news.
All right, well, like I said, the last bit of news we also got. They says rumored that new evidence indicates that the Marvel Studios' upcoming Halloween Disney Plus special we've been talking about the Wolf and all that's coming out. They're saying they're featuring Jack Russell, the original Wolf by Night, and the possible Nina Prince Vampire by Night to be also airing alongside the main, I think, Hispanic character.
Right.
So,
that's cool. I don't know anything about any of those characters.
okay. I don't know. I'm just shocked.
I just don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Well,
Vampire Wolf by fucking midnight. Under
Midnight
the
Shyamalan.
cursed sun with the red blue moon, whatever. I don't know shit about it.
because the reason I won't go to other news because we're probably going to address that later on with the Hawkeye and the Twitter situation. Because Vincent, how you say his
D'Onofrio.
name? You say Afrio?
D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio. He has addressed the situation because when you told me about that, a lot of people were actually talking about that more. I just started reading it and I was like, he came out and addressed the crowd that you guys got to calm down because like they're getting out of hand. Like not him what you said, but I'm like reading it. They're like, yo,
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, and that's why I said that was more towards some more news, but he's basically addressed the situation that
jumped
happened.
on Twitter after the Hawkeye season finale.
Well, she texted me that shit too, and I was like, no,
and people are just dumb.
right. Anyway, I think that's really it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry. They were trying to make Aunt May part of the LGBTQ. That they said Marissa Tomei has revealed that she and Marvel Studios have considered Aunt May to be part of the LGBTQ. So that's the first time that Aunt May's ever been one. So
100% does not matter. She's dead. So
right. Spoiler alert, she's dead.
now, Hawkeye.
Right.
Season finale is what we're talking about.
And this is
Season 1, Episode 6 is called
Christmas.
So This is Christmas.
So This is Christmas. Right.
And straight out the gate, without any spoilers, for those of you that, want just a quick opinion of
It was good.
this episode without spoilers.
No spoilers.
It's a little bit of a letdown.
It was
Not
good.
enough to change my idea of how the entire season has gone.
Because
this has still been a solid fucking series.
yeah, no.
I absolutely love it. I loved what they did with the ending of it, which we'll get into that when we get to our spoiler section. For all of you that have decided you're going to boycott this entire show, you're missing out on one of the best Marvel
40% of you. Damn, watch that movie
so
or
far
show.
in Phase 4.
Bro, it feels like
Period.
I was watching a movie, bro.
Like it's basically a 6-hour long fucking movie.
Like watch that shit.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So,
it was good. Like
it was good.
Introduction of the main dude from the last episode. Like, bro, like you knew this was about to be a lit, and all the arrows. Oh my god!
All the trick arrows.
Like we'll get to that later. Like one of my favorite because I told you some of my favorites. You got a favorite one too, but dude, they were just stacking up.
Take the time, go watch it. You'll really enjoy it. Even, like I said, even though the season finale is a little bit of a letdown, again, it's not a huge letdown. It's not like I went into it and was like, what the fuck did I just watch? It was just like, all right, this was cool.
Like that horror movie, Angie. Anyway.
Right. Fuck that movie.
Fuck. Threw your hat. Like, oh, the movie's over, you threw your hat. Damn.
But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with that. So I guess now we're going to be getting into spoiler territory. We're going to start off at the very beginning of the movie or the episode. See, movie.
Really, I swear, dude, like a full blown movie, bro.
So first question I have for you is, what did you think about how quickly Mom left Kingpin?
It was fast. Like she said, "Yo, I already made my decision," and I said, "Bro."
Eleanor said, nah.
And I was like...
So, it was a surprise to me.
And that pissed me off because I was like, yo, she's about to die.
We knew she was playing a bad guy role.
Right.
We knew that from the very beginning. Right? And...
Kingpin looked like he wasn't, like, having it, like...
But she realized her daughter's now getting herself in danger. So, Mom steps in, she goes to Kingpin and is like, look, I paid you back tenfold. I've also managed to do pretty well for my. Well, he said, "Yo, you did, man. You did very well for yourself."
And then but did you hear? But this always backed up.
He's like, "You can't quit like you're working for
right."
Whatever the company was.
Goldman Sachs. But then before she
Sachs.
left, did you hear? She said she pulled out an insurance policy. I said, "Oh, this is it. Oh my God, this is it." She said, "Just in case something were to like happen to me," I said, "Oh, my prediction is going to come true for real. She's about to not make it because you know you're turning your back on the largest person who runs everything. Have you lost your mind? Like lost it."
Right.
And he even said, for a spirit of holidays, reconsider, because he said.
He's like, in the spirit of the holidays, I'll give you a minute to think about this. She's like,
minute.
I don't need time to think.
And
I'm
I was like,
fucking
he's
gone.
like, okay. Get the sniper ready.
I give her props
No, I give
because
her props.
she did what she felt she had to do to keep her daughter safe.
I
The
bet.
thing is, she shouldn't have been doing that shit in the first place.
Yeah.
It wasn't her responsibility to make up for her husband's debt.
Right, and killed the old dude. Like it wasn't your call. It wasn't your call.
We move forward a little bit.
And that's what pissed me off about this character
And-
now even more now. Damn. That's all.
We move forward a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we get a conversation because Kate watches the entire
Yeah.
sit down on her phone because Yelena's recording it.
Right.
And she tells Hawkeye, she's like, look, this is no longer your problem. This is my problem. I'm going to take care of this. You need to go home and be with your
And
family.
he finally said partners.
And he looks at her and goes, no, you're my partner.
Right. And I was like, okay.
And I'm here until this is over.
Bro, because he was like lassying her, like, take your ass home. He said, yeah.
Which is definitely something she needed to hear.
Right.
Because 2 episodes ago, it left off with him basically telling her,
Taking
yo,
the bow and
get
everything.
the fuck out of here.
Like, go home.
We aren't partners. And now he's like, no. I am your partner, and we need to take care of this.
Dude,
And I know that definitely emotionally helped her out because she's like, she didn't feel alone in trying to tackle whatever the fuck it is she had to tackle.
It's like she's been trying to do it since episode 1. It's my problem. You're in this mess. I got you. I'm like, lady, you gonna need some help. You cannot do this by yourself, especially when you got big dude on your neck too. Hell no.
Right. So that's when he mentions we're gonna need a lot of trick arrows.
A lot. Like some sonic boom arrows, some grappling hook arrows.
And then what do we see happen next? Echo.
Echo. Yep, that right the next scene.
Echo comes in and talks to Kingpin, and he's like,
She said, I need weeks off. I'm like,
she said, I need a couple days off.
Couple days off.
She's like, I need a couple days off to clear my head. He's like, that's fine. But there was something in her body language. He's been doing this long enough.
Right.
There's something in her body language where he realized he just lost her.
Right. Yeah, he caught that real. I mean, I guess like I said, doing a long time. Yeah, he caught it real quickly.
He did the I love you.
Right.
She did it back. She turned around and walked away.
Right. It wasn't like a little
And
passion behind it.
He
like,
turned to Kazi and was like, yo.
Right.
He's like, we need to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Because I lost.
Ronan's come in and
Right.
He
said an Avenger, then Ronin.
He says Ronan's caused an issue. I've now got an Avenger in my business.
And then
He said
Eleanor lost her shit, and now
he
Echo.
said I've lost Eleanor.
And Echo's leaving. And
Echo's leaving.
He felt that. He said, and Echo. Like, he couldn't even get words to, like, muster up how mad he is that Echo is, like, gone. So Kazi came number 2 real quickly. He said, hey, we need to get the guns ready.
He's like, get everything ready. We're about to show these people who really runs this town.
Bro, cause I was like, yo, hey, yo, I was hype for this shit, cause I'm like, yo, cause Kingpin's about to rain down like hell fury fire.
Right.
For like 3 seconds. Damn it.
So then we come to what ends up being my favorite part of the episode. Literally my favorite moment in this episode. We get both Hawkeyes. Well, technically Hawkeye and Kate, because she's not actually Hawkeye yet. But we get Hawkeye and Kate together.
And they're just
building their trick arrows.
Having a whole conversation and building as they're going.
He's basically showing her he makes his own trick arrows.
Right.
I mean, there's some that come along that are made from other people, like, you know, the Pym particle ones,
right,
and stuff like that. But for the most part, he makes all of them himself.
It was a good moment too.
So they work together, and he tells her, he says, "Hey,"
right?
He says, "What we're about to do is extremely dangerous, and I need to know if you're ready."
Right. Now, are you in? Are you out? Are you ready? Just ready. Like, what?
And
I was thought he was going to say, are you in or out? No, he said, are you ready? Like, let's go.
He said, are you ready? And she looked at him. And again, my favorite moment of and it's the moment I've been waiting all season for.
Right.
And it's where she looks at him and she goes, look, a few years ago when I was little, aliens invaded the Earth.
Right. She finally.
She said, and I was scared. She said, and I stood there, and as I looked out, I seen a man with a stick and a string.
I ain't gonna lie, that man almost made me laugh, but it was a serious moment. It was like, you said a stick and
She said a man with a stick and a string fighting off aliens, and it made me realize you don't need to be able to fly. You don't need to be able to shoot laser beams out of your hands. You don't need to have superpowers. You just need to be able to be willing to do what it takes to be a hero.
That's it.
And dude, I was fucking thrilled.
Yeah. That day he said, all right.
Because I think that was something he needed to hear. Because this whole time he hasn't really understood why she's stepping up and doing what she's doing. And now he understands. And plus,
it was almost like a little bit of respect too.
He's never looked at himself as
a hero.
No. Just he's always been in the right place to do what needed to be done. And he doesn't see himself as like a superhero or anything crazy like
anything
that.
Flashy like Cap or Iron Man were.
But to her, he is.
Right, which that is such an interesting take. Man, this is this whole show in general. It's like I can't put it in words, but it's like you literally took somebody who literally I didn't give a damn about actually, and made him where I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I kind of give a damn about. And then like even with their relationship too, it's like it went from hateful to like respect each other now. It's weird.
Initially, I didn't give a damn about Clint.
Right.
When the whole Marvel universe started, I was like, it's cool they got Hawkeye,
right?
But he's not even wearing his costume.
Oh, you even said costume. I said, oh, okay. I didn't give a damn who this person was.
I didn't know shit about him, but over the course of the 12 movies and, time.
And then even Age of Ultron, you see his family. I was like, oh, okay.
You start to gain some attachment to him, and you're like, I like this guy.
Right. Damn. Like,
I
mean, even he kept repeating it in the series, like, I am nobody. Like, oh, shit. Like,
he actually became one of my favorites out of the whole team.
Wow. Okay.
And I was super excited when I heard they were doing a Hawkeye show and they were bringing Kate in. Because as far as a character in the comic go, I actually really like Kate.
Right.
And I think Haley Stafford.
I think it's Steinfeld,
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Last name. Yeah. But being a lead singer of a band, you don't think she
right.
would come in and be
we
a
played,
great
We played
actress.
on our little game. I said, wait, she's Hawkeye? And I'm like, she's a singer too? Damn.
But to think, you got this pop singer, you don't think she's or rock singer. I don't remember what her brand of music is.
Right, but you would think that she was.
But you don't think she would come in and do a great job acting, and she has killed this role this entire season, done really well.
I think she's like playing herself because I think she probably did like Hawkeye for real because she's like, you know what, just be an admiring fan. Like I got you.
Right. So then we go from that. What was the next thing? Oh, it's time. He asks her if this Christmas party is formal. And she says, yeah. Is it a big deal? Is it important? And she's very formal. Very formal. And he's like, all right. So then
she dons the suit from her first episode. The little suit and tie. I caught that.
So they go to the Christmas party.
Yeah. With the LARP people, too.
And the LARP people are there.
It's like scout.
Catering.
Yeah, they're catering. Yep.
But they're also there to scout.
Scout out. Right.
And they look around.
They're trying to find Mom. Damn.
They're trying to find I see. I'm calling her Haley.
Eleanor.
They're trying to find Eleanor.
Because they're like, have you seen her? And all that. Like, nope, not yet.
And nobody's seen her.
The swordsman's there.
The swordsman shows up, has a hilarious interaction with a kid, by the way. Was fucking hilarious.
He said you used the bathroom in the West Gate or something.
He said you used the bathroom on yourself back in so and so.
You're right. It was in a hotel.
He's like, I know it. Everybody knows.
He said everybody knows. I said, "Dad, clap back, gotcha." And he just walked away. Like, yep, walk away, little child. Why are you even here?
But that happens, and then finally Eleanor shows up.
Yep.
And
Kazi showed up too.
Kazi didn't necessarily show up.
Well, no, not the show, but
he was in a building across the street trying to snipe in on the building. So when Mom shows up, Kate takes Mom to the back.
Right.
And she's like, your boss is trying to kill you.
I mean, it's just like right to the point.
I need you to stay out of the way.
Because she was like, what are you doing?
And
her
mom's like,
right to the point.
What are you talking about? And so she breaks out the phone, shows that she's seen the conversation between her and Kingpin, and she's like, oh, baby, you don't understand. And
I'm like, this bitch is retarded.
She's like, no, there's a lot of shit going on. And then all of a sudden, Kazi starts shooting into the hotel from across
you
the
hear
street.
that snipe shot. Well, he saw in the sham. She's good. Why would you?
Hawkeye seen the
laser eye,
the red laser.
Bro, I would never have had a laser eye like pointed. Like, bro, he caught that like quick. He went, what the?
You see him grab the tray, and hold it up so it ricocheted off the tray, and
it bounced. Like I saw that shit.
It was dope.
Hey, that's some Hawkeye shit.
So when that happens, her mom is like, "What is that? What's that? What's going on?"
Right, just
and her mom's like, "You need to get somewhere. This is dangerous." And she goes, "It's dangerous because of you.
Right.
Stay here in the kitchen."
And then what she do? She do the most horror movie thing ever. I'm just gonna leave. What are you doing, woman? Why? You had one job. And Swordsman's like, my missus up there, he should die too. Because what are you doing? you have one job, bro. Both of y'all have one job. Stay here.
So, and then we see two things start to happen at the same time. They kind of go back and forth. We see Hawkeye get to a different vantage point.
Right, because he's like trying to get where the sniper...
Trying to figure out how he can shoot across to stop the sniper.
Right. And then we have this...
And then Yelena shows up.
This is my best scene ever, is Yelena and Kate Bishop.
Yelena shows up, and Kate sees her, so Kate starts following her.
Right. And she said, you like the dessert? And like, they're having a whole casual conversation. And she's like, yeah, I'll try.
She's like, I didn't know you were friends with my mom.
Right. She said, we'll have drinks and all that after I killed Barton. Like, damn.
That was later.
Oh, I forgot. No, then it was the elevator. She said, how you know which elevator?
Said, basically, Hawkeye ends up stopping Kazi for a minute.
For a brief second. Damn, he ran all the way down there to the opposite end of the building.
Kazi managed to get all the way down the steps.
Was he running?
Get up into the other building and confront Clint.
Right.
And
Jesus.
What's funny is Kazi's like, oh, this is going to be fun.
I'm like...
And Clint's like, okay.
Once again, you're a doormat. He already knew this.
This is the start of Kazi's bad night. So, Clint beats the shit out of him.
He did a German suplex on him, powerbomb.
Beats the shit out of him.
He went... Whoop.
And ends the conversation with, oh, you're right, that was fun.
That was fun.
And then walks to the window.
Like,
now,
he didn't even get phased that he showed up. He's like, yeah, I'm going to kick your ass and do my thing.
This and the Kate and Yelena thing kind of go back and forth, so I'm just telling Clint's side because that's the setup.
Right.
So then we've got what's going on with Kate and Yelena.
Bro. And they're just like literally and people are in the way.
Yelena goes to run into an elevator.
Right.
And Kate tries to
She's
go
like,
with
no,
her.
no,
and
no.
Yelena's like, no.
And she just stands there.
So she gets in the elevator, and as the doors are closing, Kate rushes in.
Right.
And she stands next to her. She's like,
She did the most, what was it, Punisher War? She did a Punisher Warzone moment, just like, why are you in here?
And they're just standing next to each other, perfectly silent, and then Kate goes to reach for the thing, she slaps her hand.
Right.
And then Kate stands there, looks over a second, goes to reach for another button. Yelena grabs her arm, they do this little spin thing, and then they stop, weird, and then they stand there.
And she was like ready for it too, and she's like just looking. She's like, don't touch it.
And then Kate goes to do it again. Yelena grabs her arm, twists it, drops her on the ground, flips her back up, and Kate's like, ah.
Right.
And they're just standing there again. And then when she goes to reach for it again,
Yelena
off. Grabs her, goes to pull her, but ends up pulling her jacket off to reveal Kate's in her outfit.
Right, and she's like, did you hear she said, I'm sorry.
No. Yelena goes, did you do that? Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
No. And then she even took her shit off. Like, she got the whole getup on too. Which, by the way, my family loves her whole suit that she had on. I'm like, dang, all right.
So Kate then pushes all the buttons, and Yelena's like, that is so annoying.
Right.
So the next floor, she runs off.
And then she ran right behind her.
Kate chases her.
This whole fight scene is like
lit, dude. This chase scene is hilarious because they're going back and forth, and it's mostly Yelena beating the shit out of her on the way through.
No, yeah. Well, because she's really the whole point is like, so she don't get the.
There's a point where Kate runs up and tries to get in front of her and puts her arms across.
And then she like puts her like had her arm in the back and just like started.
Well, no.
Face on the door.
You're jumping around everywhere.
Damn it.
Kate puts her arms up on the door.
Oh yeah, she said, "What are we doing?"
And Yelena kicks her
right in the ribs.
Right in the ribs. And they start running. Yelena grabs her, shoves her up against the door, starts dragging her face down the fucking window.
Well, she was like, what are we doing? Let's just get some drinks. She said, yeah, we get some drinks.
And they go through and they do this little back and forth. There's even a point where Kate grabs her and throws her over a chair.
Yep. And she even said it. I like what you did with the thing.
And there's this part where Yelena goes to throw something out of the window.
Yeah.
But Kate throws something that hits her hand and causes it to go off.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell she threw, but it was something. But because it's on the ground, she used it to attack the one of the gang members down there.
And that's where Yelena's like, that really hurts. And she's like, well, yeah, you kicked me in the ribs. That hurt.
She's like, oh, okay.
She's like, yeah. But you did that little body thing.
Right, that little body. And she even did the expression, but that little body thing, savage,
and
bro.
Kate's like, don't make me like you.
Right.
And she's like, I'm sorry.
Right.
And Kate's like, we should go get drinks. And she's like, you're right.
After
I kill Barton.
This whole fight scene, I could watch that whole fight scene over and over and over again. That fight scene was lit.
At which point,
because Hawkeye's like, where you at? I'm kind of busy.
Yelena throws the cord down, the part that sticks into the floor, and she basically runs out and jumps out the window and then runs down the wall because she's got the wire hooked to her.
Right, and she's just running.
And all of a sudden, Kate's like, Hawkeye!
It's Yelena!
He's like, Kate, is that you? It's Yelena!
And bro, that's slow-mo.
He looks up just in time to see her jumping past the window and pointing a gun.
Bro.
And he dodges it. She misses.
Bro, let's forget the prediction. This is like close call moments for everybody. First of all, Mom's playing with her life. Secondly, Kate's playing with her life. Thirdly, Yelena is about to play devil's advocate with everybody right now. I thought, bro, that bullet, bro. Watch out.
So she gets down.
Oh yeah, she's a superhero landing, by the way.
Oh, well, Yelena doesn't.
Oh no,
Yelena lands.
Yeah,
she disconnects the cord. She runs back inside.
Right.
At which point Hawkeye turns around. Or no, this wasn't even that yet. He's still staring out the window, and Kate decides she's going to go down the wall.
She thinks she can do that shit.
She wraps this cord around her and
hear what she was saying?
through the other cord, and she's like,
I'm scared.
Be brave.
Oh, no, be brave or something.
It's okay to be scared.
It's okay to be scared.
And she just jumps. She doesn't try to go down the wall.
And you hear the scream.
She just jumps, and she's like trying. She's skating down, and Hawkeye watches her.
What are you doing?
And he's like, hey! And she's just fucking going down.
He's like, ah!
And she tries to pull back on the slack. And tries to go down the wall. It barely slows her down.
Right.
It had to have slowed her down just enough to not kill her.
Bro, because she would have been like pancake on the road, bro.
She lands in this weird, like, painful-looking three-point stance and gets up. And she's like, ugh. And at this point...
I think a superhero landing, pain on the knees, though.
At this point, the tracksuit mafia come in. And there's a crap ton of them. And he stops a few of them, but even more pour in.
Right.
And he grabs his shit and makes a running leap out of the window. And lands in the tree. In the middle of the square. And
this is I know this is a replica, but bro, can you imagine just watching this in New York? It's like, bro, what's happening?
It was a real tree.
No, it was a real tree, but it wasn't the Rockefeller tree, bro. That'd be like sacrilegious, bro.
Oh, right.
If they actually.
But yeah, so he runs, he jumps out, he lands in the tree, which is great, by the way, because after he lands, he sits there for a second, and he looks over, and there's this adorable fucking owl.
This adorable looking owl.
Just
big ass, with big ass eyes. And he's like, hi.
Hi, how's it going?
He's like, what the hell? And then she's fighting the tracksuit gang at the same time.
And then Kate is getting ready to start fighting, and she runs up to her group, and she's like, where's my equipment? And they toss her equipment.
Right.
And she's like, you need to get these people to safety.
Right. Mind you, they still have their regular...
Meanwhile, you've got the swordman out here.
Right.
Just fighting people with this sword.
He's stabbing motherfuckers.
Mafia.
He's stabbing them.
Doing his damn thing. Right. So then...
And no one knows where the mom is because he asked, like, Mommy, what the... bro.
Right. So then, Kate needs to get Clint. And she's like, Clint, where are you? He's like, I'm in the tree. And she's like, what tree? He's like, the tree.
The tree.
And she turns around, she's like, what are you doing up there?
Did you hear her almost, like, started laughing? She's like, what are you doing?
And he's
she almost
like,
broke character because, like, what are you doing?
He's like, just hanging out.
Right, just hanging out.
She's like,
what the fuck?
She's like, I'm going to give you a notice, and then I'm going to get you down. He's like, no, don't do that. I'll climb down.
Right.
And she's like, all right, I won't give you notice.
I won't give you a notice. You didn't give me a notice. Hey, that's a callback to episode 3. Shit, you didn't give me a notice, so I got you. I got you.
She shoots one of the wires that's holding it up.
Yup. And it started teetering.
And then it starts teetering, and he's like, whoa, Kate, stop. Don't do something that's stupid now.
She hit the acid arrow.
And then she hits the acid arrow on the trunk, which eats away at the trunk, and it falls
And it ate it away, too.
And then comes my favorite action scene of the entire series.
Bro, I thought they were like putties from Power Rangers.
He lands on the ice.
Right.
And all of a sudden,
they all come.
The tracksuit mafia starts swarming the ice rink. And Kate, out of fucking nowhere,
Right, I was like, look at that slide.
Slides down the ice on her knees and is just chucking arrows at people and getting them and doing.
Yeah, at least doing something to like create distance and a distraction. She even said, "Nice distraction. We gotta like think of a plan here behind the tree, because he need a distraction." So yeah.
And then they get into a huge bow fight with a bunch of people with guns,
bro.
Now this is where we can talk about trick arrows, dude. So many trick arrows were used. I mean, it's hard to even begin. You had one trick arrow that wrapped a cord around some dude's face and lifted him off into the air.
That was interesting.
You had one trick arrow.
It was like needles. A couple of trick arrows.
There were a couple trick arrows that once the arrow hit, needles spread out and hit other people.
That was weird. That's a weird one. I like that one.
There was a trick arrow
that
turned into
darts.
a giant fucking.
That was one of the ones you. Yeah.
A giant like inflatable donut.
Like a balloon, and it popped like 5 of them out of the blue.
Like 6 or 7 of them shot in the
right.
air. There was a magnetic one that they shot to a pole,
interesting.
and everybody's guns got stuck up against the pole.
One trigger arrow like wrapped around like a vice grip and dropped one of them. Dude.
And then one of the coolest moments, one of the Tracksuit Mafia guys decides they're going to try and take the vehicle and hit a ramp.
This was my moment. Oh my God.
And they decided they were going to hit a ramp, and Kate heard the truck.
Right.
And ran, grabbed the Pym arrow out of the back of Hawkeye's quiver.
The red one this time. I said, let's go.
Pulled it back and waited, and as soon as the truck hit the ramp, she shot it, and it shrunk.
Right.
And it landed and slid on the ice a little bit.
I wish that was my... I like, bro, if you got a blue one, you got to have a red one. And it's not if it doesn't, bro.
And they were standing there looking at it.
Right, like, what do you do with this?
And Hawkeye's like, or Kate goes, what do we do with this? And Hawkeye goes, I don't know, I'm going to have to ask Scott about this.
And then you see
and all of a sudden you see this owl come through. It was the owl from the tree. Come through and swoop up and grab the fucking truck.
Like, oh my God, let us go. And I'm like,
and Hawkeye goes, or that works.
My parents said, hey, they bird food now. I said, no shit. Like, bro, they got taken up. They are gone. Roll credits. They are no going. Those two are not coming back.
But eventually they clear out most of them.
Yeah, because some of them all scattered.
Kate runs off.
Right.
And we actually get a moment where Kazi's bad day continues.
Right, because where the hell... Bro, he must have did like a wind sprint. He got to be tired. Like, he ran there, to here.
Kazi is about to take on Clint.
And that's... He said, nice shot. Yeah, no shit.
But somebody interferes.
Oh, obviously, he came in with the tack. Hey, she tackled shit at you. I ain't tackled shit at her.
Who interfered? Echo.
Echo. Yeah, before
Echo was supposed to take a 2-day off thing. She decided against that.
Right. She did a Punisher moment. Like, I got you.
She decided she was going to confront Kazi.
And to be fair, that's a heartwarming moment because Kazi literally, I mean, she was saying, come with me. And Kazi's like, this is my life, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
She's like, come with me. And he's like, I can't. This is my life. I work for Kingpin.
I said, oh, well, you need to kill this dude. Like, that's it.
And she presumably does. We don't see him die. We don't see him take his last breath.
Right.
But she leaves him for dead, which means he's probably going to come back at some point.
Right. Because he's supposed to be, like you said, clown. So he might. This might be his way.
Clown's a nobody.
Oh, I thought like Kazi's supposed to be somebody.
No, he's clown.
Right.
But clown's a nobody.
Oh, okay.
It's just a henchman.
Oh,
basically.
okay. But more than likely, they're gonna make his scene something.
After at least the intense ass whooping, because I mean, she stabbed him
with an arrow. Because the arrow that he was trying to sling with,
she stabbed him.
It's like she reversed the arrow back at him. Like, damn, that's a cross way to die, or not die, I guess.
And like I said, Kate ran off, and what we see is she sees her mom getting into a car, and her mom gets into a car, and lo and behold, as she's getting ready to tell the chauffeur to drive off, she looks up, and the chauffeur's dead.
And then
he's
the other guy's
laying
dead.
there with a hole in his head.
Right.
And she's like, she kind of has this look like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, the door gets ripped off. And I'm not saying it gets opened quickly.
No, it gets
it got ripped completely off the hinges.
And I said, that's some Kingpin shit.
Kingpin shoved his head into the door and he's like,
a creeper.
Hello, Eleanor.
He said, let's talk about this. I said, you know what? He didn't come to talk, bro. Because first of all, this is what angers me. This is just my only gripe. I was like, Eleanor has been just roaming around with this one looking guard and nobody just didn't even try to say anything or stop her. Or I'm saying now they did, but she's been roaming around off camera.
Thankfully for Eleanor, Kate was not about to let this happen.
Yeah, she ran. I'm just kidding. No.
Kate ran. Eleanor's dead. No. Kate interferes. Takes on the Kingpin.
What type of fight is this shit?
He basically throws her through a window into the toy store.
Oh my god!
And follows her in.
She's like, and it made me so laugh because she doesn't even sound threatening. Is that supposed to be a serious? She's like, get away from my mom or something.
That was one of the coolest moments, dude. She drew the arrow back. She shot it. It went into his chest. He looked down. He fucking broke it and looked at her and just started walking towards her. I was like, here we go.
Right, because I'm happy that Eleanor hit him with the car because I thought he was getting ready to beat the Well, he did beat the shit out of her. I was like, oh my god, he's going to kill this girl. Like, please, somebody, anybody.
Eleanor
Jesus?
saved her daughter because, she drove, and knocked him into the store.
And he still got the fuck back up.
And he got back up.
Like, it didn't even face him. This is Kingpin I want, bro.
Eleanor got knocked out. Now, while this is going on, Yelena shows up.
Tackles the shit out of Hawkeye.
And tackles Clint.
Yep.
And she says something along the lines of, before I kill you, I want you to tell me exactly what happened. And Clint told her, he's like, there is nothing I can say that will make you feel any better.
Well, and then she said, like, even if I tell you, you wouldn't believe me. Like, you can't tell you went to get the Soul Stone. She jumped off a rock to save Thanos, which I think that would be interesting. But besides the point, I don't think she would believe you, I guess.
And for the first, I would say roughly 15 to 30 seconds of the fight, Clint is blocking all of her shots in terms of all of her attacks.
And then he just gave up.
Eventually, he just stops and starts letting her whoop his ass.
Oh, yeah.
And she gets to the point where she has one of her, nightsticks, basically.
Nightsticks. She just kept...
And she just starts beating the hell out of him.
Bro, I can see it turn her... She went... I was like, oh, my God.
Eventually, she gets off. She turns around. She walks away, and she draws the gun.
I said, well,
and
Clint, please have a trump card somewhere, man.
She does the whistle.
Yeah, he does. He does the whistle, yeah.
Well, she does the whistle.
She does the whistle.
She whistled first.
She did?
Yes.
I didn't... I thought he whistled.
No, she whistled.
Huh.
Because it's a call and response thing. And when she whistled, he responded back.
With another whistle. I thought...
With another whistle.
How did...
And...
I'm going to have to rewatch that because I thought maybe he whistled first. Because I was like, bro... Give me something here, because Clint is about to die, because, bro, she's really not giving a damn right now. Like,
and she goes, how do you know that? And he's like, it's the secret whistle you and your sister used to know. And this is what clues Yelena in.
Right.
To let him know that they were really good friends.
Right.
Like.
Because nobody else really knew that whistle except for
she wouldn't have told that to anyone.
To anybody, right. And I said, well, there go my prediction down to 2, because I said, hey, you better give me a, because let me tell you something, because she... Give me something, Clint, because, hey, yo, she's about to just pop you and call that a night.
And he tells her, he's like, look, I'm sorry. He's like, honestly, I tried to stop her.
Right.
And she wouldn't let me.
Right.
He's like, and I'm going to have to just live with it.
And then she was like,
you are too.
She's like, is there anything I could have done something? Like, you could not have done something?
And she's like, I wish I had been there. There's something I could have done.
Right.
The only thing she would have been able to do would be to sacrifice herself.
That's the only way I see it. She jumps off the rock. Which I guess that would be interesting because now we will have her still here.
She picks Hawkeye up. They shake hands.
Yep, and then she goes back to Contessa.
Well, we don't know where she went.
Yeah, she went off, but
I don't even think she would have went right back to Contessa. She probably went to go try and figure some shit out, or maybe hopefully to run into Kate later.
Sure. I mean, he don't run into Kate anyway. But.
Who knows? Their friendship's definitely not over. No. That's too funny to have them together to not have them together.
And I didn't say that at work. I said I just want one more fight. Just even if it's just a play fight, fuck it. Just one more fight of them just like doing shit.
So then
we cut back to meanwhile, Kate Bishop's trying to be a superhero. Going at it.
Now here's something I need people to understand.
Oh dear.
Okay. And we'll get more into this, but Kingpin was not trying to hurt her.
No.
Because he knows it's not her fault. And he's not the type of person to just go after somebody unless he needs to.
Right.
Especially women and children. He's got a thing about going against women and children. Now, he had to go after Eleanor.
Because Eleanor
broke off and was going to snitch to the cops.
Right. And
he wasn't having it.
Right. And for a minute, it looked bleak, though, because nobody knew where Eleanor was throughout the whole episode. I was like, y'all. What game are we playing today? Because what?
And eventually, Kate does enough to survive and get away.
That's it. That's all she can do.
She did. She jumped on him.
Yeah, she got his.
And managed to steal one of his cufflinks.
Cufflinks.
And then he threw her, and she landed on the floor. And all of her arrows
were damaged
and broken in half and laying on the floor. And as he's approaching her, she flips the cufflink. And it hits one of the arrows, which causes a chain reaction that causes an explosion that shoots Kingpin back, and he lands on the ground.
Right. Barely or temporarily knocking him out for a little bit.
She gets up, she walks outside, and her and her mom have a conversation.
This is the most stupidest conversation ever. Because she's like, it was a
misunderstanding.
Conformity, understanding. I'm like, Eleanor.
You were working for the Kingpin of crime.
Jeez.
Eleanor.
What the fuck? What?
And
I had to do what I had to do. What? You had to do what you had to do. Huh.
And the cops show up, and she's like, "Oh, so you're just gonna have me arrested for Christmas?"
I would have hit my own mom. I'm like, "What you mean?"
And she even looked at her mom. She's like, "You gotta serve the time. You
go
did the crime.
to jail. What are you talking
about?
about?
Go. It's time to collect $200.
Right.
Or do not collect $200.
You killed the old man at the beginning of the episode. You gotta go. Talking about I had to do what I had to do because I love you. What love is this? Whoa. I'm freaking out now.
And Kingpin disappears.
Yep.
And we see Hawkeye and Kate sitting in the back of an ambulance talking.
Right.
And he was like, "Yo, you fought with the Kingpin and walked away.
Right.
Not a lot of people can do that.
Right.
Not a lot of people can say they've done that." He was actually legit proud of her.
Right. Because I bet you should have said, "Bitch," because I wanted just to survive. I wanted to survive the night.
And of course, Kingpin's body was gone.
Of course, that was only a temporary knockout. What you mean?
Right.
What you mean, sir?
And then we see the Kingpin walk down an alley.
Oh, this is another gripe people had.
Echo confronts him.
Right.
And he's like,
and he
was like, "It's so good to see you."
Right.
And then
she
pulls
brought
out
that
a gun
out.
And he's like, "Come on."
Right. And then bang.
And she just holds the gun up.
Right.
To his face.
But hear what he said, an eye for an eye.
The camera pans, and you hear the gunshot.
Right. And some people were... We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that here in a few. And then it ends, which, by the way, I've predicted this entire time.
Yeah, that they were going to...
This entire time.
Spend time with the family.
Hawkeye takes Kate with him to his family's place.
Mm.
And they get to the farm, and first off, Clint gives the watch back to his wife.
A.K.A. Bobby Mockingbird out this bitch, Agent 19.
It is her watch, and it says number 19 on the back, which is a hands-down reference to her being Mockingbird.
Hey.
Bobby Morose, ladies and gentlemen.
Morose. That was good.
Now her name is Barbara Barton, or something like that.
Which, my only thing was, and I get what you're saying, they wanted to say it, but I'm saying, like, as they were hugging, I was waiting for, like, "I miss you, Bobby." Like, I would have thought I would have got... But I guess it was because of the big reveal that, here's the watch.
No, this was more fan service. And this is something I wish Marvel would do a little bit more.
Okay.
Put things in there only Marvel fans are going to know.
Right, because unless you...
Because here's the thing.
Pay attention
if you don't know who... If you haven't read the comics and you don't know who Agent number 19 is, Mockingbird.
Right.
You're going to be like, who's that?
Who's that? You're going to think she's just some regular... person.
I mean, at most,
she'll be like a field agent. She worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. She just worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. That's all you're going to know. Like, 19 might be her lucky number or something.
Right.
Like, you ain't going to know that's...
But you're not going to know that that's Mockingbird.
That's Mockingbird.
Now, we'd predicted it was going to be Mockingbird the last week's...
Right, because when they were saying, well, this watch is something, they can look up some shit, and remember, everybody, the whole thing's trying to keep a profile, so that's why it's down in the middle of fucking nowhere.
And then, after that... they all sit down to talk, and they're all just kicking it. And then Clint is like, "Hey, Kate, want to come with me for a minute?"
And I said, "This is the really end of an era for real. We have burned that bitch."
The two of them go out, and he puts the Ronin costume inside the grill. He hands her a box of matches. He's like, "I figured you'd want to help me end what started everything."
Right, like it's almost like an end of everything for real, for real.
She lit the match, looked at it for a second, and then dropped it in.
They gonna resurrect.
And
I'm just kidding.
As they're getting ready to walk away,
she said, "Lady, they give her that name."
She's like, "I need to come up with a name, a hero name." She goes through a bunch of
Lady Hawk. I'm like,
Lady Hawk, and then and then finally he's like, "You know what? I
got a name for you.
I got a name for you." And then all of a sudden the Hawkeye title comes up. Now, then we get to sit around and wait for 5 minutes through credits just to watch what ends up being the worst post-credit scene in Marvel history.
Yeah.
Which was literally just showing the stage show of that entire song that Clint walked out on, which made me angry.
Oh, yeah.
And we were supposed to get 2 post-credit scenes, and we didn't get that second one.
Even the director was confused. Damn, I meant to look. I'm gonna say, director was confused. He didn't know what was going on. Because he was just. Again, that goes to show you a lot of people don't know that whoever is in the dark. Like maybe they didn't tell him that. Maybe they said post credit scene, and they're like, oh okay, but it might not be your shit. I'm like, oh okay.
So, as far as where this is going to push the MCU, my as far as predictions,
more shitty post credit scenes. I'm just kidding.
I mean, we will always have at some point shitty post.
But this was the worst one. This was actually the bad.
It happens.
I mean shitty, but don't give me a worse one. This was bad.
So as far as future predictions, first off, as far as just this episode goes, I give it like an 8.
Yeah.
A 7 or an 8.
I would have gave it a 9 if it was for the post
Like I
credit
said,
scene.
it was a little bit of a letdown. The post credit scene was a huge letdown, but again, I don't judge things based off of solely post credit scenes.
No, I understand.
A good post credit scene can definitely lift a movie. A bad one is not going to completely tear it down.
No. I'm not gonna say that, it's a 5 or a 6. Hell no. Like because them trick arrows were solid.
Now, as far as like future predictions, here's the thing. I don't even think this will be the last time we see Clint.
No.
That is unnecessary. Fucking birds, dude. I'm gonna throw them outside.
So he just caught that all on the camera.
Now,
sound at least.
I don't think this is even gonna be the last time we see Clint.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think the next time we're gonna see Clint will be the last time, and it'll be a short, little thing.
I would say for just one episode of Hawkeye season 2, and that's it.
If that.
Okay, that's probably like that was one.
I think off screen, off camera, he's going to take some time to actually train her, because it's not like she's got anybody to go home to or anyone to even go out and fight crime for.
One's dead, one's in jail.
Right. So she really has nothing else better to do. I think he's going to take some time to train her on how to do certain things, because obviously there were some things she did very badly, like rappelling down a rope that probably should have killed her.
She screamed all the way down. Like what the fuck?
Right.
Like, which I knew that was gonna happen. Like,
Obviously, she doesn't need archery lessons.
No, she got
is
it
dead on,
and she can fight too. She's
fight.
dead on with it too.
She'll probably give her some basic hand-to-hand training combat. Not that she necessarily needs it, but it's always like anything you can learn from somebody else is worth it, right?
Like Ant-Man, that Ant-Man training montage. Like, show me how to punch.
Now, I don't know when the next time we'll actually see her will be, though. Because every show so far has had a post-credit scene that's leading up to something bigger. If you look at WandaVision, it had the post-credit scene that was leading up to the Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
And then, actually, I don't think Falcon and Winter Soldier had a...
Well, no, because they had them staring. They had a post-credit scene where
their post-credit scene was when they got together and basically were like family again.
Right, they became family, and of course the U.S. agent when we finally made his own little shield happen. But,
there was that, and he also was getting basically
the new suit.
He got the new suit, and then we had WandaVision. There was another post-credit scene because they had two. Because the other post-credit scene was
right, Monica
Photon being told she needs
Monica,
she's wanted in space by somebody,
right?
Which is obviously.
I swear I thought she said something. They probably didn't though, but they said you need up space or something. And then Loki is literally he's trapped in a multiverse, literally in his own multiverse. So
this was definitely the dumbest post-credit scene.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know when we'll see Kate again. I don't know when we'll see Yelena again.
Yeah,
I really don't have any other real predictions coming out of this.
Because they're not...
I do think we'll get another season.
Yeah, we're going to another season. They really aren't really showing too much. Really, Marvel is keeping
shit locked.
Really, damn.
Other than who all was in Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Right. The Rogers was in it because the time we did the little at the end of it, it was finally Christmas time where the Rogers were fully playing. So yeah, I guess that's a call to it. Yeah.
Now, that brings us to our next thing. Twitter. And this was something I told him we were going to talk about later.
Yeah,
and there's a reason. I wanted to go over the episode. And...
Because he texted me this shit, I'm like, I don't know.
Right after watching the show, I wanted to go online just to see what people's opinions were. I should not have.
Within seconds that they watched the episode?
So I go on Twitter. Shut up! I go on Twitter and there is a crap ton of people bitching.
Like, so it was like 40 seconds in when they tweeted this and said, hey, guess what? I hate this episode. Like, what happened?
It doesn't take long to tweet, dude. I know you only get on like once a year.
Damn straight. Actually, it's once every 2 years.
But dude, these people can write tweets in not even 10 minutes. It takes like 30 seconds to put a tweet out.
Jesus.
So you watch a movie, you get on your fucking keyboard, and you type. 30 seconds later,
Man,
it's out.
That sounds too exhausting.
And it was a lot of people bitching, talking about, I can't believe they brought Kingpin back just to kill him off. And there's somebody else that was like, now I'm never going to get to see the matchups from Kingpin that I want to see, like him going up against Daredevil again or him going up against Spider-Man.
Wow.
And let me start this off by saying this. First off, if you really believe Kingpin is dead, you know nothing about comics. This exact thing happened in the comics. They're setting up the story for Echo. That's where Kingpin's mainly going to be used. Yes, he was in this for the last episode and a half. Not even the last episode and a half, just the last episode. He made an appearance at the end of the second to last episode, and then he was in the last episode.
Right.
He's mainly going to be the force in Echo.
Right.
Okay?
And my thing is, though, it's not even that. It's like, you don't know anything about movies. Or TV shows, like, where they show a death happen, you don't know if he's dead. Just because they pan the camera, it's like, he's gone. They killed him off screen. Wait, are you in the studio with them? Like, you don't know that.
And then second off...
That's irritating.
Second off, for those of you that are like, oh, I was really hoping to get to see him go against Spidey, do you think they're really going to make Kingpin a movie villain? Kingpin ain't special enough to be a movie villain. I don't care what fucking universe you think he's a part of.
Right.
Kingpin's a relative nobody when it comes to villains.
You're right. He's like the bottom of the food chain.
I won't say bottom. He's like mid.
Mid. Okay, not bottom. Yeah, mid. Okay.
There's just so many more other
he's
villains
not,
that
is he like top 10?
That people want to see.
Right.
He's not going to be in a movie.
Yeah.
You're not going to see Spidey and Daredevil team up.
That'd be cool,
Kingpin
but no.
for a movie.
That'd be cool, but I don't see that happening.
You want to know what's movie worthy? The Clone Saga. You want to see something crazy? Do the Clone Saga. Bring in Ben.
Wow.
Like, there's so much more
Spider-Woman,
they could do. They could do the Madam Web Saga.
Right.
Like, there's just so much more they can touch on in Spider-Man. They're not going to have him go against
and I think there's just too much time, too much, like, the schedule. Like, they got other villains they got to do, man. Other shit they got to do. More universes to attack. They can't just say... Kingpin.
Kingpin's more of a street level villain, which is why you're going to see people like Echo or Daredevil go against him in these, not Spider-Man.
Even Punisher.
Spider-Man, now he's got to build himself back up from where he last left off, but I guarantee you his start was not going to be, hey, let me stop Kingpin.
I swear to God, if they ever go that route, I'll probably stop watching Spider-Man right there.
I wouldn't.
What? You wouldn't?
A, we got a podcast to do, and B, it's not that deep.
It will always be deep, you motherfucker. Always.
I just people need to sit back,
yeah,
and let Marvel tell the stories. And here's the thing.
That's why they come out with nothing new.
I can even understand if people are to bitch because something is so off course that it drags something down. Prime example being the original Mandarin situation. In the original Mandarin situation, I fully understood people's irritations with it. Now, it didn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
But I understand why people got irritated. They're like, you took the source material and shit on it. But this is literally a scene from the comics. They pulled it directly from the comics.
You even showed me pictures on my phone.
Are bitching.
Because I was like, I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I knew what was going on. I knew he wasn't dead. I knew both of them are not dead, Kazi or Kingpin. Because you don't.
Well, we don't know if Kazi's dead.
You know, but here's, like I said, you don't see take their last breath, and the other one was like a pan off screen. So,
no, well, the pan off screen is definitely one of those where it's like, okay, they didn't show it, but we watched Kazi get stabbed, and we watched her lay him down after she stabbed him. So he could be dead.
Could be.
He's more likely dead than Kingpin.
Right. Right. How about this? If anything, I trust Kazi's death. At least that you can see that on screen more than Kingpin's death. How about that? Like I'll trust that death over that because Kingpin, it was a pan up, but it's like he's gone. I'm like, but how did you get with that conclusion?
At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you guys really need to just shut the fuck up
and he responded
let Marvel tell their story. That's it.
He responded to it too. He said, "Y'all
even
y'all got chill."
when Vincent D'Onofrio comes in and puts out a video saying, "Yo, guys, you need to relax a little bit. Like, there's more going on here.
Right.
Like, yo, chill."
Yeah, that's bad. I never seen so.
Let them
Marvel
tell the
got
story.
toxic. They got toxic fans, dude.
Dude, Marvel fans are some of the worst.
Yeah, they really are.
The
worst one was when they paid for a sign to say "Get Iron Man back." That was the
that
worst.
ain't gonna happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this
right.
brings us to our next point. Ralphus,
Hello.
what are you ranking
The whole thing?
the whole season as a whole?
9 out of 10.
You're giving it a 9 out of 10?
You? What are you giving
I'm
it?
gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Which I think is still the highest ranking I've given anything. I might have given one of them 9. I mean, regardless, 9 and 8 out of 10. That's
because it was still good. And the Trick Girls were there.
That's gonna put it as a whole in the A category.
Ooh, with Falcon.
With everything else, honestly.
Right.
The only thing that we don't have WandaVision ranked on here because we started on Falcon and Winter Soldier. So eventually we'll go back and watch Wanda and go through all that.
So it's up there with MODOK, Evolution, Loki, and Falcon Winter Soldier. Cool. Yep. And of course, the thing that's still at S tier is Avengers. That's season 1.
Such a good show.
Fucking solid season 1.
We don't know what the next show is. We'll find out here soon what we're going to be drawing from here. If it's even a show, it could be a movie. You should probably not put your phone there. But yeah, so that's.
Well, since our compadre is not here.
Yeah, our partner did not show up. He was supposed to join us. I never got a text from him, by the way. Ever. Right. So I hope he's okay.
Yeah, probably he's fine. It's my turn to pick from the box. So we
were going to let him pick, but since he's not here to pick, Ralphus, let me mix it up for you. Not looking, don't care. They probably got a better view than I do.
Right. Oh, wait, I can't even.
All right. Ralphus, reach in and pick what we're checking out next.
Fuck. All right. Here we go. Mix around 2. All right, I got you. I feel something good. Is it Fan Stick? I'm hoping it's Fan Stick or New Mutants, but you know. All right. Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man. Oh, why would you do this to me?
No. Oh no! And I said it too.
What was the last Spider-Man movie we did?
Oh,
Spider-Man
2.
Yeah, we did cover Spider-Man 2. At least I own this one already.
I'm roasting dirt in your eye.
Fucking Ralph.
Oh, and look, and he saw my face. The look he got was like, concerned, because I was like, oh no.
At least we're getting it out of the way, I guess.
What would have picked then? Inhumans would have been next. Then that's the show you would.
It wouldn't have really gotten any better. Would have got any worse.
It got any worse, but we gonna get the. Hey, girl.
All right, Spider-Man 3 it is.
Spider-Man 3 would have been better if you take that shitty dance out.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, ladies and gentlemen, is what was drawn from Columbia / Sony Pictures. So I guess that's next week's. See if Damien wants to join us for that shit show.
Oh, no. And I said it, too. I said, oh, no. Oh, no. And we were just talking about the... Hey, girl. Like, what the fuck? Hey, yo, then he had the hair like an emo, like somebody from, like an emo person.
All right.
Oh, God. This is so bad.
I got to go punch Ralph in his teeth.
Oh, my God.
So, next week...
Spider-Man 3 could have been better. If it could have. It could have. It really could have, Lord. Jesus Christ.
Next week, we'll talk about Spider-Man 3.
Oh, my God.
We'll talk about more news. Hopefully some more news comes out.
Yeah, because
I would like to know when the next Marvel show starts, honestly.
So we can not do no more...
I think Marvel needs to figure something out. Because as of right now, we've almost got...
Nothing.
5 months to wait until the next Marvel show comes out. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's enough time to get through a lot of this, whatever this is. But...
Yeah.
And of course, our setup's going to change almost every week until we get settled. We're still sitting on this table. This table won't even be here here in a couple weeks. And then there will be bookshelves and things around. So, I mean, things are going to... We're shaping up. We're getting things moved around. And then... also later this week, don't forget, we've got a new comic episode.
Yep.
Which... Actually, almost every comic was pretty decent.
Yeah, none of them was
I'll say none of them were crap.
None of them were crap.
Even the one I thought was going to be crap actually ended up being pretty entertaining.
Right. And then this is, man...
Congrats, Ant-Man, on actually having a decent comic.
Yeah. Ant-Man. Yeah, I give it to him. Yeah. Surprisingly. Damn.
His villain was dumb as fuck, but they actually did it really well.
Yeah, they didn't Scooby-Doo it or hypnotize or he got away or none of that bullshit. Like, so.
Oh, he hypnotized somebody, but it wasn't Ant-Man.
Right. Right. As long as you hypnotize the main heroes, I am good.
Yeah, we're over that.
Don't be like, I'm hypnotized.
So
like, what?
So join our comic podcast later.
We got
this
Spider-Man
week.
3, y'all. We're gonna watch Venom.
Spider-Man 3
Topher
next
Grace.
week. And,
Let's go.
All right. So with that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
And Merry Christmas.
It's past Christmas by almost several days.
Listen here, motherfucker.
You should have wished Merry Christmas on last week's comic one. Bye, guys. We love you. Excelsior.
Merry Christmas. I don't care. New Year's, all that shit.